A Komodo dragon doesn't social media post its scars. Now, maybe it's because it doesn't own an iPhone or doesn't have thumbs. Yet maybe it just wears them under its armored skin as proof it survived something. And maybe we need to start doing the same. Welcome back to the Achieve Your Apex podcast. My name is Chad Hyams, author of Achieve Your Apex and host of the podcast. In this episode, we are talking about evidence, not highlight reel stuff that you go share on social media, the real, the gritty, the earned proof that you showed up for your life. Congratulations, you've earned a participation trophy. Scars, tattoos, wrinkles, stories you tell. These are the trophies you have earned just for showing up for life. And what Komodo dragons can teach us about the value of these marks that we carry, well, hang on, I'll tell you a little bit more. Because here's something you probably don't know about Komodo dragons that's kind of wild. They're bulletproof. Yes, their hide is so tough because they've developed internal osteoderms as they grow. Now, Chad, what is that? Okay, these are thick, bony plates that form under their skin, kind of like armor. It's pretty amazing, okay? They don't show up when they're born. They don't have them. They develop with age. They develop with stress. And they develop with experiences. Each plate is a physical reminder to that dragon that they have faced threats, fought battles, and they haven't stopped. They've just kept going. We're the same way. Our trophies might look different. We don't have these plates that form underneath us that make us bulletproof. Yet we have scars that have healed. We have stretch marks from growth in our life. Sorry, it happens, okay? We have tattoos marking stories that we do not want to forget or that we even want to celebrate. And we have wrinkles from decades of laughters, from smiling, and from some hard-earned wisdom. Yet how many of us are doing everything we can to hide our wrinkles? Why are we doing that? Because social media says we have to look perfect. And we put things through a filter. We use these filters to hide things. It makes no sense. We choose clever captions to cover things up. We smooth over life, all in the name of making it look polished. Yet the unpolished parts, that's where depth lives. That's where your wisdom comes from. And that is where your armor is kept. You see, growth isn't glamorous, which is why it matters. John Henry Newman said, growth is the only evidence of life. And we've all heard, stop growing, you're dying. Okay? We've grown in places most people can't see. We've grown through grief that we didn't have to go post on Instagram. We've grown through those quiet mornings that were rough, yet we showed up anyway. We grew through decisions that cost you friends, cost you comfort, cost you comfortability or certainty, and they were still the right decisions to make. Yet we never posted about them. No one handed us a little statue that said, congratulations. These are the plates we're building within us. According to research, the Journal of Positive Psychology, individuals who reflected on their adversity with a lens of meaning making, asking, what did this teach me instead of why did this happen? These people report higher life satisfaction and psychological resilience. You're not just stronger because you survived. You're stronger because you've grown in ways that no applause can measure. Think about that for a second, okay? Trophies aren't just things that hang on a wall somewhere because they're not always made of metal or glass or whatever. They're not ribbons. Some of them, the tear you held back to support someone else because that was what needed to be done at the time. Sometimes the courage it took to ask for help instead of pretending you're okay and you've got it all figured out. Sometimes it's the weight you've finally dropped physically or maybe just emotionally. Sometimes it's the choice to keep climbing towards that apex even when nobody was watching you do it. And those rewards were still standing. We're wiser, we're sharper, and we are covered in our invisible armor that we are growing. Just like that Komodo dragon, who have their proof hiding under their surface. Ours is just internal acknowledgement. Most people think trophies are things you win. Okay, real trophies are earned, not just given. If you've been hiding the things that show who you truly are, those parts that aren't polished, those parts that aren't pretty, because you're running everything through a filter, or you're making sure you always face this way when you're taking a photo because of something. Folks, I want to challenge you. That's the good stuff you're hiding from us. That's the stuff you're taking away from the rest of us because that's the evidence you've lived. Komodo dragons don't fake their armor. They wear it. They grow it. It forms and it becomes them just from surviving, just from competing, just from adapting. So do you. Stop erasing your growth just to make life look prettier. I said this a few episodes. Life is a mural. And if someone handed you a piece of paper or a canvas and said, "Here, your life is ahead of you. Draw it out, paint it out for us," you would probably paint from one corner to another corner a straight line going up, saying, "That's my life. It's just going to get better every day." Never going to happen. Put those fun colors in there. Put those experiences along the way, because otherwise life sounds boring. And nobody wants to follow your Instagram story about being boring. Yet we do want to follow one that's about the true you. Stop erasing growth. Stop with the filter. Your scars, your stretch marks, your worn down edges. They're not flaws. They're trophies. Wear them proudly. Now, folks, there is someone out there who's been downplaying how far they've come in life. Share this episode. Let them know, just like the Komodo dragon, they have those shells, that shield that they have built up over time, and how proud you are of them. And let them learn this lesson. You keep evolving each and every day because you are doing the same thing. And make sure you take a minute to stop, notice your trophies, and rejoice in them. And until our next episode, as always, keep climbing.